tent, and season is quickly coming to an end. Although it's been a remarkable April. We're at the end of April. Next week is May. It's chilly out. It's like -5, -10 outside Celsius. And there's still a ton of snow, like a lot of snow. It's crazy. This is the longest winter by far that I've ever experienced. It's really, it hasn't let up. I mean, I woke up this morning and there was, 2 inches of snow on the ground. Anyway, it is that time of year though, when the bears wake up. And I do have some bear spray with me. And I have been thinking quite a bit about bears. I'm not familiar with bears. I've never really encountered them before. I have been at cabins where bears have been like across a small little river and I can see the bear on the other side. I've driven past bears many times, countless times. I've never had an encounter with a bear. And I don't have my possession and acquisition license for a firearm is expired, so I need to get that updated. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm one of those guys who can be a little bit lazy when it comes to paperwork. Anyway, $60 Canadian for this this bear spray, and I am praying that I do not have to use this. I don't know if any of you have ever used bear spray before because you've encountered something like a bear or a cougar or whatever, or a lynx. But from all the research, and I've done quite a bit of research before I came out here because I want to be prepared. I feel like I know how to use it. I've never sprayed it. I'm not going to waste a spray because these things are good for like 8 seconds tops. So you spray in 2-second bursts. You take off the cap like this. I can get it off, and then you hold it 1, 2, and you got to wait till the bear is like 5 or 6 feet away. Which is crazy to think. Bear spray. That's what I'm using, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you've had any encounters with bears, if bear spray has worked for you, if it gives you that that feeling of safety, that layer of protection that you need. This stuff expires in 2 years, so it's good for 2 years, and you've got pretty much 4 pumps out of it. 4 2-second pumps and it's gone. So I'm just hoping I never have to use it. Well, I need to get this fire going. I can't believe it's almost May and it's this chilly out. Like, it's not minus 30 cold, which is what, or minus 40, which is what I deal with in the winter time. But I can really feel it in my bones because the wind is really powerful tonight, and it's just coming off of the lake, and it's just hitting this tent dead on. And so it's breezy a little bit, and I did have the door open and whatnot because when I cooked it got a little bit smoky in here. So I'm gonna just get this fire as hot as I can get it, and hopefully it warms me up because ooh, it's like a chill in my bones. I can't describe it, and I just cannot believe it. This late in the year and this cold. It's crazy. It's like last year at this time there would have been no way I would have even made it out here. Not even close. So it's a bonus. It's a bonus. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Still very, very, very windy outside. Sleep was pretty good, I gotta say. Took a while to get there, like not too long, but it took a little while to fall asleep. And then once I fell asleep, I slept pretty hard. I'm getting used to it now, like really getting used to sleeping out here in this tent. Because you do adjust, you have to adjust. I mean, I'm sleeping at home all the time, and you come out here and you got to get used to the noises, the sound of wind, you know, the brightness, because right now the light's coming back, and it's coming back fast here in the north, so it was probably like 4 a.m., 3:30, 4 a.m. when the brightness started to come back into the sky. And I actually thought it was, like I slept till 8 this morning, and I actually thought that it was 10:30 because there had been so much brightness for so long. So I woke up once in the middle of the night, and I put a few pieces of wood on, and that was it. Like, this sleeping bag is just so, it's so good. Like, essentially I'm just keeping the chill out of the air with this stove throughout the night. It's really cool on the bottom. I have quite the draft on the bottom. You can see there's gaps here with the door. And I kind of like that right now at this time of year when it's only like -10, -15. It was -15 last night Celsius when I went to sleep. My plan is to take down the big tent. And that's going to be a big job because the bottom is buried. And so it's going to be a lot of digging. There could be some frustration there. Then I'm going to take the fly off of my big tent, and I'm going to put it over top of this one for the summer. Beautiful. So it's -10 in the tent right now, and got my bag of lint. This stuff is awesome. So I'm putting in some lint, and I got some fat wood. I never use fat wood, but I'm going to try it today to see what it's like on top of that lint, if it holds for a while. I see fat wood used a lot on YouTube. I might have tried it once before, maybe scraping it and then using a ferro rod with a knife to start a fire, but that's the old J. Now I use matches. As I wait for my supper to cook, sometimes I check the internet when I'm out here, and you know, I use my phone to call people, but I rarely ever, like, I listen to music on my phone a lot when I'm here, when I'm not recording. But I just decided to just see what's on YouTube, because I love watching YouTube, and I have a pretty good like signal tonight. I'm able to actually watch, and while I wait for my supper to cook, I'm going to watch one of my favorite all-time channels. And this is a little promotion here for Northern Seclusion, Joe and Zach Survival. I love watching Joe. He just seems like an awesome guy. I've watched pretty much every single tent video that he has. I'd love to have his tent. His tent is amazing. I don't know if you've ever watched Joe and Zach Survival, but that guy, he would build this tent in 5 minutes. That's for sure what I've got done. He knows what he's doing. He just seems like the nicest guy. And he's up every morning at like 5, and he goes to bed every night at 10:30. All right, going to bed, and then boom, he's up at 5. So he's pretty inspiring.
So anyway, we're gonna go to bed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's 4:45 right now.
4:45. Oh, he's a machine. So as you can see here, these rafters are coming in and they're cutting into the tent, the side of the tent, and a lot of pressure is put on that spot right there and right here as well. There's a lot of pressure right here. So I'm putting in, as you can see, 2x4s on top, and essentially it's just taking all that pressure off. Well, that's it, folks. Season is over. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. It just feels like yesterday when I came out here in November, and I was just so excited to be out here at my tent, and the fact that my tent had survived this summer. My big tent that you saw me take down in this episode. And I was just so pumped. I was like, yeah, it's November, I'm out here. This is so great. I can't believe it. Now it's almost May. And the season, when I came out here, I had no idea that this was going to be the end result. That tent down and this little tent shack. Just the best. I had no idea. And here I am, 5-6 months later, and just living the dream. Anyway, it's been a great ride, and I know quite a few of you have been suggesting more like demanding that I come out here in the summer. I'm gonna do my best. I promise you that I will do my best. I want to come out here in the summertime. I want to see what it's like. I don't even know what the land looks like out here. It's always been covered in snow. So that would be pretty cool if I can get out here in the summer. So yes, I will try my best to get out here, and I'll have to figure that all out. It's going to be very different than with the snowmobile. With the snowmobile, I can take quite a bit of stuff, but if I'm doing like a 1-hour hike and then I'm portaging and then I'm canoeing and all these sorts of things, how much camera gear can I take? How much food can I take? What do I need to bring here? So yeah, it's going to be something that I'm going to try very hard to do. And in a perfect world, I'd get out here 2 or 3 times this summer, just to be out here, maintain, look at the tent, make sure everything's okay. I have a feeling that once the ground starts to thaw a bit, this tent's going to shift quite a bit. So it would behoove me to come out here this summer. It would be in my best interest to try. So I will try. I will try for you, and I will try for me as well. So yeah, it's been it's been an awesome ride, and I'm so glad that you guys came along with me. And for those of you that stuck out to the end of this video, because this video has been a long one for me, thanks so much. And I have a feeling it's some of the people who comment most and stick right to the end, doing it again today. So I just want to say thanks to those of you who did stick it out today and watch the end of this video. Speaking of videos, my plan after all of this is to put out a video that encompasses the whole entire year, like from start to finish. And some of my favorite YouTube channels do that, and I appreciate it, like TA Outdoors. That guy, he had, he's building all kinds of stuff, and he did a Viking house there a couple of years back, which I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen. And I watched all 9 episodes, and then he put out one a little bit later, and it was like, hey, you want to watch it all in one episode? So I'm going to do that. This was my winter, really. This was my winter, and YouTube was awesome. This tent is awesome, and I'm just gonna hold on to this feeling for as long as possible, because you never know when you're going to have another great winter, or a great year. So I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling lucky, and I'm taking it all in. It could all end real soon, and I just want to be able to look back and say I did that. And that's I can proudly say that right now. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for liking. And I am not going away. I will be making videos this summer. I have that camper, and I do have plans for that camper, and I do have a nylon tent, and I do need to work on my bushcraft skills, so there might be a video or 2 there. So I'm not going away. It's just a little sad that this is going away for a while. So thanks everybody. It's been wicked. It's been awesome.